Hi, my name's Tanya. I'm from beautiful Faux Leather and I'm coming to you from Springfield Lakes in Queensland. So today we are going to be making a fun little project. We are making a passport holder. I've got a couple here. This is the one that we are making today. It is a fun little project. It is a wallet, 2 slip pockets that you can pop your passport in. Has a spine, raw edge, just done with top stitching. It's a fun, fast, simple, easy way to make something very gorgeous. If you don't want to use it for a passport holder, you can make it a notebook holder. Again, the spine, raw edge, top stitching, slip pockets, and you just pop your little notes in. Absolutely gorgeous. So we have the outside of the wallet, we have the spine, and on the inside we have 2 slip pockets where your passport slips into. So let's get rolling. Okay, so today you will need a double A66 panel set. So that has 2 identical panels. You'll need 1 exterior, or the lining. Sorry, it's not the exterior, it's the interior lining. So the width is 8.5 inches wide by 6.5 inches high. You'll need 2 slip pockets. So we have 7 inches wide by 6.5 inches high, and we just fold it in half to get our sleeve fold, our slip pocket fold. So we want 2 of those, 1 and 2, the same, 7 inches wide by 6.5 inches high. We want to fold it in half. And our spine is 1.25 inches wide by 7 inches. So this is going to overhang on the panel here. That's perfect. So you will see that there is a white border around. We are going to be cutting that off, but we are going to use this to help us sew it and get everything ready. We're not trimming it off now. We're going to do this at the very last step to trim everything. I find that when you do all your trimming before you start sewing, you can go a little bit skew, a little bit wonky, and then you're buggered. So by doing it this way, you'll end up with beautiful, neat edges. Everything marries up beautifully. When you fold it in half, the middle slip pockets marry up, your spine marries up and meets up. It's the only way to do it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pop our panel and our spine to the side. We are going to work on the lining. We're going to get our main lining. We want the right side facing up. So today I'm using water resistant canvas. It was some of our old style when I first started Beautiful Faux Leather. Okay, so I like to use double-sided tape. Use your clips if you want to use your clips. I'm just going to put a little bit down here and a little bit the other side. I've actually already done it. Okay, I'm going to fold this in half, and we are just going to join this up at the edge. We want to make sure that our fold is in the middle, and we're going to do this both sides. So if you want to use your clips, because you've got to hold down your little flap, you just want to make sure that it's in the middle, all married up. Sorry, your folds are facing the middle. And all we're going to do is we are going to sew an edge around the 4 sides. There's no break, there's just you start and you finish at the same spot. If you want to back tack, you can, there's no need to. Today I am using my industrial, I am using the size 16 needle, Tex 70 thread. My top stitch for me, what I'm comfortable with, is 5 1/4. All we're going to do is do a base stitch right round. So I'm going to do it 3 mil in from the edge. All this is going to do is to keep everything nice and tidy as we maneuver and build our passport holder. So I'm just going to whip across. Sorry, you've just seen me. So you've just tacked everything in place. I'm just going to trim it off as we go. We're just going to pop this aside, and we are going to be working on our front and our spine. So what I just fold it in half. Make sure your prints are matching front and back, and I'm just going to notch it. So if you want, you can actually find the middle and rule a line down the middle and then marry it up to the white border down here. So for me, I'm just going to eyeball it. So we've got a bit of an overhang, so we just want to make sure that we use that overhang. This is what we want, it's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that in half to make sure that I get a nice even fold here. And then I'm just going to turn it around and do the same here. Okay, that's great. So what we're going to do is we are going to start whatever, upside down, whatever. We're going to start off here on the excess edge. We're going to come across, we're going to come up here. When we hit the print, we're going to go 1 stitch up and then back tack. And then I'm going to turn this the right way. We're going to sew down, we're going to go across, we're going to back tack, we're going to come up, we're going to back tack, and then we're going to sew off. Also, we're going to back tack down here. So we're doing 4 back tacks at each start point and each finish point per side. Back tack, go off, so what I did is I started up here, I've back tacked, I've gone all the way down, I've back tacked the last stitch before going on to the white, went across, came up one, back tacked, come up here and did my last back tack and then off, and that is our spine attached. Now we're just going to trim it off. So we still have the white to trim off, but we will do that last. Okay, so that is our front done. Now what we're going to do is we are going to get our sleeve. What I like to do is I just like to join the middle folds together so they're nice and even, and then just notch it. So when I put the front and the back together, it will all line up. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to put your pockets right side facing down. Then you are going to get your exterior and you are going to lay it on the back, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle and notch it, and then I'm just going to marry the notches up so it's nice and even. So again, I am going to be using double-sided tape. I'm just going to whip down the middle. I'm going to come in on the side about 1/2 inch because you want your double-sided tape away from the edge. Do be mindful of your white border as well. So I can see quite a hefty white border, but when I look in the back, I can see where the print is, and I have placed my double-sided tape a little bit towards the middle so it doesn't catch. But on this side, I see that I have absolutely totally missed it. So I'm just going to bring this in about 3/4 of an inch. So you need to judge that for yourself. So I'm looking and I can see that I've missed it, which is great. I'm going to take the tape off. So when I've placed the middle down, So from the middle, I push out and then lay with a little bit of firmness the outer edge. It has double-sided tape. Then I'm going to turn this around and I'm going to do the same. So also what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it to make sure that everything marries up, and it does. And what I mean by that is I mean that the edges of the pockets are even, and the edges of the spine marry up. Excuse me. So once I've done that, all I'm going to do is I'm going to again start about 3mm in from the print, which is the top stitch length. I'm going to go right round the whole 4 edges from start to finish. I have long tails because what I like to do is I like to bring my tails in and then tie them off. So I won't be back tacking. If you want to back tack, you can. We're going to pull the threads through, and I'm just going to tie them off. I leave the just pulling them out. I will leave about 1/4 of an inch what's this called? 1/4 of an inch tail. Then I'll trim it down a little bit, and then a little bit more, and then take to it with a bit of heat, a lighter. Really tight. So you see that there's nice seam allowance all the way around the inside. Got my little tail, which I'll trim down and then hit it with a bit of flame. So all that's left to do is to trim off all of the white. So now is the time to trim it, and I tell you, it is so good. It is much better because then you get one even line. So there's no stretching, no pulling. It's going to be nice and smooth. So let me get my cutting. Just going to stand up. See how nice and neat that is. We've got our 2 little slip pockets. So all we need to do is pop in our passport. Very, very, very easy to pull on and to pull off. All we're going to do is get your passport and push back your front and back cover. We're going to do the same to our passport holder. We're going to have it the outside where our slip pockets are facing out, making sure that our image is the right way up, and we're just going to slip in our passport. You will not have any trouble slipping them in and out. We're just going to fold it. It will naturally find the middle. Your passport will naturally find the middle, and all I'm going to do is double check that I have in fact the 2 slip pockets meeting, and I do. 2 slip pockets meeting, and we do. Our spine meets. Again, double checking our spine meets. So you want to pay particular attention because you do not want your passport to be skew with where it is off kilter and you can see the lining. You don't want that. You want it nice and even. So when you open it up, and that is it. So at the end, your project will be 1 and just over 1 1/4, 5 1/4, just over, by 8 inches wide. So if you get a little bit longer or a little bit shorter, that's fine. All you need to do is make sure that you cut off all the white and that your top stitch is nice and even all the way around. What I normally do is I just get a lighter and I'll singe that little tail here. I go around, singe all the edges, or just take to it with a bit of flame. Check out the back tacks, just touch it with a bit of heat, so you'll have 4. They won't come undone if you back tack once. And that is it. You have made yourself a beautiful passport or a beautiful notebook cover. So we sell the double panels on our beautiful faux leather and vinyl website. Please check it out. All the details will be left below. Thank you very much for joining me. You take care. Bye.